Bye, 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 bye.
I know I'm a grifter, strong man. You could lick your hand and smack me in the nutsack. Thank God for Tesla Maesla and you, strong man.
Man, what a great intro. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. So we had some amazing earnings today from one of my favorite companies, PayPal, my snace now. Why do I like PayPal? Because Jeremy Lefebvre invests in it, and I trust nobody more with my portfolio than Jeremy Lefebvre. So let's go ahead and check out PayPal, my snace now. What does this company do? It's a payments processor. That's its primary source of revenue. If you want to buy something online safely and securely, if you want to send money to somebody, you can use PayPal. You got PayPal, the brand, and then you got Venmo. Everybody heard of Venmo? Yeah, that's right. So that's basically PayPal. How does PayPal mainly make money? Well, when you send a payment to somebody you're buying something from, PayPal takes a fee from the merchant. So when you send me money for a sponsored video, which by the way, it's $50 for a sponsored video. If you send me money, PayPal will take, I think it's 3% roughly is what it seems to be. They take roughly 3% of the money you send me as a transaction fee because PayPal's got to make money somehow, okay? So we know PayPal had earnings. The stock is up 1.39% today. Pretty incredible vertical line right there. Now, if you look at the history of this stock, it went absolutely bananas during the clown market, and it went to over $300 per share, and it fell massively all the way down to $67. And the reasoning is, well, it went up before, and it dropped a lot, so it must come back, kind of like Meta, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and check out the earnings. This is the Q1 2024 investor update released today, April 30th, 2024. So let's see what we have here. So we have some fluff. I didn't want to read that because that's a waste of my time. Here's some cool stuff. Total payment volume. This is the total volume of transactions that are going in around the website. So we have total payment volume, year-over-year growth of 14%. Wow. That's pretty good. So the amount of dollars or in other currencies probably that are floating around PayPal, and every time those transactions happen, PayPal gets a cut, is up 14%. That's pretty good, right? Revenue year-over-year growth is 9%. And then I guess it's got foreign exchange year-over-year growth, 10%. So revenue's up decently. Transactions are up pretty healthily. They seem to be doing pretty good. Transaction margin. This is their profit from transactions because obviously there's some expenses that are associated with maintaining the infrastructure where people can send transactions. Here's the funny thing. So the margin is up 4%. That's interesting. So their transactions are up 14%. Their revenue's up 9%, but their profit from those transactions is only up 4%. And remember, as an investor, it's all about the profit. What do you get at the end of the day? Okay. And then they have this non-GAAP operating. Whenever you see non-GAAP, just ignore it, throw it out the freaking window. Okay. So we're going to find out why the transaction margin is growing a lot slower. That's interesting. So they're focusing on profit growth, right? So we saw they had some pretty decent revenue growth, 9%, 10% year over year. Transaction margin, not doing too hot, okay? That's not that good. Active accounts, negative 1% year over year. That is fascinating. That is fascinating. So their revenue is up 9%. Their transaction volume is up 14%, but their active accounts have peaked. So basically what we have here is people going and using PayPal, never leaving, or just using it more. But people aren't joining it like they were, okay? It's almost like this company has peaked with users. And when you have a peak user base, you got to try to squeeze every ounce of revenue you can out of those users. But how much can you charge them? Can you keep raising transaction fees? What if PayPal's fees went up to 6% per transaction? I probably wouldn't use it, to be honest, because there's so many other alternatives out there. That's right. There's Cash App. There's Zelle. There's 100,000 different ways to process transactions, which is also interestingly probably the reason why their margins are not growing as fast as their revenue. So they have a flat, slightly declining user base, okay, despite the number of transactions increasing. So my theory is, I think at a certain point, there's only so much transaction and revenue that you can squeeze out of your current customers. But if your current customer base is peaked, you're not a growth stock. Like what kind of upward surprise can PayPal do? Unless they start like adding 10% users somehow in the next quarter or two, that's where you might see a vertical line. But if you just see declining users, just like we suspected, that's not that good. Okay. So here they have some other, data and metrics, whatever. But we already know how much their total payment volume went. So let's see. Free cash flow. So their free cash flow grew 76%. So they're making more money from the cash flow basis. Okay, that's great. But is that going to keep growing into the future? I don't know. So you see all these positive signs, like they're growing their free cash flow. They're increasing share repurchases, total payment volume. But if you've peaked, you've peaked. That's all I'm saying. Okay. And then you're not a growth story. Then you're basically a value company. So we could see kind of what happened. So we see active accounts. This goes all the way back to Q2 2021. They started at 403 million. Then they started going up all the way till about Q4 of 2022. And then looks like the highest ever active accounts they had was 435 million. And then it's kind of trended down. So now we're at 427 million accounts. Now, quarter over quarter, they added 1 million accounts. But that's not explosive 10x my Henhex growth. And that doesn't mean that they can go back down again. Okay. Oh, monthly active accounts. Oh, that's up 2%. Wow. So basically, their profits are being squeezed. That's right. There's something here. Where's it at? Transaction margin. So here's the beautiful thing. So PayPal, they're so profitable. They're a little tricky with how they present their transaction margin, right? So they said it grew 4% year over year. So you would imagine that would be the margin, like the profit margin percentage. That's just the amount in dollars that they profited. That's the 4%. But their actual transaction margin is 45%. You can see it dropping. Look at Q4 2022. This is when they peaked, basically. They had almost 50% transaction margin, and it's dropped all the way to 45%, and it's been dropping basically every single quarter. The trend is down. Their transaction margin is decreasing and decreasing, which means lower and lower profit growth. Because if your user base peaks, there's only so much you can squeeze out of them, and then your margins start to go down. You don't really have earnings growth anymore. You have earnings contraction. I don't know when this is going to play out exactly, but it's not looking very good. Okay. We could go look at their balance sheet. I don't really care about their balance sheet. I think it's fine overall. But the growth story of PayPal is dead. Okay. The profit of the huge margin expansion is dead. It's contracting. So, they can buy back shares all they want. Maybe earnings per share can go up slightly. But it's just not the growth story. Okay, I don't see the vertical line. It's not like the worst company in the world. It's profitable. But I don't see the vertical line that comes from this. Unless they could somehow massively expand their number of active accounts all of a sudden. Okay, maybe then I'll see a vertical line. But I don't see it. The story, it's still a dead, basically, value company that just prints cash. I mean, I'm sure at some price this company would be worth it. But I don't know why you're buying this thinking this is going to be Meta. Like Meta, they had a tough time period, but now they've massively increased their revenue and profits again. That's not PayPal. That's not. Meta's still growing their users. This is not a Meta story. So that's my thoughts on the earnings. I mean, overall, it's a profit. I mean, I'm not going to say this is a clown. This is not a clown stock. But I don't think this is a vertical line. It's the future, bro. 10x my Henhex stock either. Let me know your thoughts. We'll do some comments. All right, let me show my Discord again. Once again, this is a free Discord. You click the link, you join the Discord, and it's free. You can hang out with me there. There's other celebrities there. It's great. Also, I got to shill my stuff. Buy my book, Stop Being a Broke Loser, on Amazon. Don't let this be you. Don't let this be you, the loser with flowers who got rejected by every girl that he asks out. Stop Being a Broke Loser. It's on Amazon. Free Discord. Sign up. So find my McFly. Time for Jeremy to get clapped again. PayPal is a damn ripoff. Why does anyone use? I mean, I don't think it's a bad platform. It's one of the many platforms that I use, but if they started raising fees, no, I'm getting out of there. There's something special about PayPal. Did anyone buy SoFi today with rates where they are good? I did not buy SoFi. I got perma-banned by PayPal for having too much money. What? I mean, it's not dying, but it seems like it's peaked. That's just my opinion. Tesla's in a death spiral. Financially, yes. With the pumpers, it's doing better than ever. Okay. Inflation leading to, I mean, that could be part of it, but I think the transaction volume is outstripping inflation. I just think they have customers that are using it more. Let's see. Square will take over PayPal. I mean, there's so many alternatives. Like, I've been saying this forever. Whenever you're in a competitive industry that contracts margins, it's common sense. That's what I said about Tesla. I looked at it and I said, oh, their margins are going up forever. That's what everybody was saying. And I'm like, it's a car company. Cars are hyper competitive. Margins are going to contract. Same things happen to PayPal. You can see their transaction margin go down and down and down and down. Now, they were tricky and they showed you the growth of the profit. The transaction profit was 4%. But the actual margin, which is the revenue minus the cost of transactions divided by the revenue, that shrank. That contracted. So they're making less and less profit per transaction because they're being squeezed by competition. And maybe it's some things going on with the company. Then they had that stupid, oh, we're going to have these smart receipts. So when you check out, you're going to have like 20,000 links on your receipt. What a pain in the butt. PayPal. I mean, that's what I'm saying. The only way the stock and vertical line is if they start growing their users again. That's the only way I see it, personally. Because their margins are not going to improve with that much competition out there. It makes no sense. Why? How are you going to grow your customers, PayPal? I need to know. Shut up, strong man. PayPal's an EV company. They should say they're an AI EV company, and then their stock with vertical line. Best Chinese stocks to buy. All of them. Who is worse, Lafufu or future investing? Oh, Lafufu, because he harms more people. You should put Lafufu on the front of your book. Maybe the next book I will. I am going to write another book, which if y'all just popped in, buy my book, Stop Being a Broke Loser. It's on Amazon. I need my $5 profit. See, my transaction margin on my book is going up. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a better growth story than PayPal. Who would think the legendary tattooed chef and goat Oatly investor would pick this? I need to check out. I haven't checked out Oatly in a while. Wonder what's going on with them. Oh, yeah, and there's Apple Pay. Well, Apple. You ever heard of freaking Apple before? What? Well, my parents send me money. They help me like put money away for my kids' college. They contribute to that. They just Zelle me the money. It's free. And it's like instantaneous. I don't have to worry about PayPal my snace now. And then I don't have to go from PayPal and transfer it to my freaking bank. It's instantaneous. It's awesome. And it's free, like I said. Users are going back up. They're removing the user base is not going down. Okay, so it went up by 1 million. So it went from like 420, what was it? 428 or 429. It went up by 1 million. So it goes up a slight tad bit, like a fraction of a percentage. That's not real substantive growth. But if it's like 10%, like 5%, 10%, okay, that's real growth. It could go up by 1 million and then drop by 2 the next quarter. You don't know. I mean, that doesn't mean anything. The Fed would use Zelle. It's already partnered with the big banks. I like Zelle. Chinese stocks go to zero when I get drafted. Oh, yeah, we're not invading China. I can tell you that with 100% certainty. We couldn't even take over Iraq. You think we can take over China? Well, we did take over Iraq, but then we couldn't hold it. Or Afghanistan. Oh, we can take over China, bro. Yeah, that ain't happening. Tesla's down year to date. Buy the dip, bro. SoFi is cheap with the beat by a penny and added 422. Yeah, they're also good at diluting. About like I think 12% is my memory. My memory serves. Zell, my cute bell. I like that. I'm a Southern belle. That's right.
Hi guys, I'm a Southern belle. Oh yes, where's my summer hat and my tea and crumpets?
Oh wow, yeah, I know. A crazy growth, a fraction of a percent, like 0.25% growth. That's vertical line right there. Oatly is 15. Oh my god. No, Lafufu's cost basis is like 5 cents. Thoughts on Jordan Belfort pretty much saying the stock market is a joke. That doesn't make sense. I mean, the S&P 500 is the stock market, the U.S. stock market, 80% of it. If he's saying like buying individual stocks, I mean, I tend to agree, but I don't agree that S&P 500 is the way to go. I think it should be part of your portfolio, but even if you're a U.S. stock only investor, I would do VTI personally because that's more consistent with the total market, efficient markets index philosophy than the S&P 500. That's just my personal opinion. But, VU went up more in the last 10 years, so we know what everybody's buying. SoFi could get bought with many banks need more members. I don't think it's at that point. If it collapsed, maybe it would get bought. Let's see. Who is the oracle of quantitative QT? Is that
Quantitative tightening? Wow.
I don't know. EM is the best community in the world. Yes. Oh, my God. It's such an amazing community. Please go give Paul $50 a month. People call me a grifter. Paul was buying Starbucks. I might make it. I don't like Starbucks. This is just like a personal opinion. I don't like. It's a coffee shop. Oh, coffee! Wow, so disruptive. Where's the moat for Starbucks? Am I missing something?
Oh, it's just really good, strongman.
Okay, isn't McDonald's opening coffee shops? There's all these freaking coffee shops, Dutch Bros. What's so special about Starbucks? Even McDonald's coffee's better. Starbucks is stupid. What is a strong man? Maybe when I become a massive channel, I'll just start pumping out news. Stocks went up today. Stocks went down today. Stocks were flat today. Microsoft was up 3%. Apple was up 2.5%. Subscribers, money, wealth, riches, retire early. Michael, SoFi is trash. Stop peddling your garbage. Yeah, Michael. Is non-GAAP or adjusted EV? They're both non-GAAP. It's either GAAP or it's not. That's it. There's no in between. The Oracle of Quick Trip. Oh, I get it. I thought you meant quantitative tightening. We need a daily market. I literally can't do. I would be so bored. Some people are like, talk about this, strong man. It's all in the news. I just don't care. Like, if I don't care, I'm not going to make a video about it. I want to have fun on YouTube. It probably cost me some subscribers, but I like to have fun, I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun. I would destroy Paul. We all know that. He would not stand a chance. I'm probably like 100 pounds heavier than him. And in much better shape. And just better looking. Basically, I'm just better in every aspect. Strong man, every time stock goes down. Maybe I should make that as a joke channel. Stocks went up today. Okay. Everybody's like, oh, you're so smart, strong man. CPI. Tell us what Jerome Powell said. All right, guys. I guess I have to cover Schlamazon. I'm interested in PayPal. I'm interested in Amazon, but I don't give a crap about CPI. My hot guy. Anyway, check out the Discord. It's free. It's a free Discord. Join the Discord. Hang out with the boys. And you guys have a wonderful day. Cheers.